So this is a piece that I cut the other day to make that little sidewalk step around the house there. It's almost just about the right size. I'll raise that up a little more and slip this under it. Alright, let's see how close we are now. I think we are too high. So let's adjust that slightly. Move that forward a little bit. That'll give me about a 1/16 of an inch maybe. Now let's see. Still a little too high, but not bad. I mean, you know, we're very close there. I want to think about this because I might want to go ahead and re-engineer this and put these little things on the back here on it. That way I won't have to worry about that piece of an engine lift there ever being a problem. That would get it completely out of the way for me. Yep, sure would. So let me think on these things a little bit. That actually is very close right there. I'll raise this just enough to get this under the flywheel and let it down. Now let's see. Well, that's not exactly right, but boy is it close. And what I could do, see, that's sitting on that wood on the back side, is I could pop these off. I could put these on it, and then I could work with, I could set something up on the back here. If I wanted to, I could put something like, remember the other day when I made that table and I put the little threaded bolts where I could raise and lower it? Well, I could do something like that. I could just pop this completely off. Take that out. Take that off. Take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 9/16 bolts. And then I could pop that thing back on there. Oh, see, now it's getting to be fun. I like doing this kind of stuff. It's kind of interesting. You can be working along on something and all of a sudden find yourself really having fun with it. It's kind of where I feel like I'm at right now. Kind of a fun plot to play. Get my little handy dandy gun thing here. Are you barking at, Daisy? You barking at me because I'm talking? Good deal. She does sometimes. I'll be talking to y'all and she'll run in the room and see what's going on, who I'm talking to. See, these go on like this. Now I'm just going to set a bolt up here just to hold that. You can see what I have here now is, see, I've got a nice little shelf to put, I could put a little piece right out here with an adjustable bolt on it and screw the bolt up and down to get that right where I want it to be. Now what I'm going to need is some little short ones of these, but I've bought, one of the things I did And I bought a bunch of small block Chevy bolts before I started this. This is one of the things that I decided that I would want to have is a set of engine bolts. And I could probably look through there and find 4 bolts fit nice and snug on what I'm looking for. Let's see what we got. Now, these ones here are going to be exhaust manifold bolts, and those are nice bolts. And these might be intake manifold bolts right here. If they were a little shorter, well, it tells me what they are. That says coil bracket. That says crank pulley, timing cover, and ooh, here's some little bolts here that are probably some of the intake manifold bolts, but that one's going to be something else because it's fine threaded. But I've got 1, 2, 3. Got 4 of these. Let's just put 4 of these in there. See if we can. What I might can do is go down there and if these are intake manifold bolts, I could probably go steal some out of that engine that Charles Dyer gave me. It's sitting down there in the banjo barn. Let's see if these will go in here, because if they will, that will let me put them in here enough. Put them in here enough to see what I'm doing. Now those bolts go in there, but they don't go all the way in. I could shim them up with washers, but I think I'm going to need these up here because I think these are actually going to want to go in this intake manifold. So what I could do instead is probably the intake manifold bolts that were with that intake manifold that's sitting over there are in a box of bolts that Charles Dyer gave me when I was down at his house a while back. So I should be able to go down there and find some. So I'm gonna put y'all on rest, get me a little flashlight, go down there and stir through that box and see if I can find some.
I do have some old red Chevy valve covers too in that box over there that I might want to use instead of those tall ones.
Sometimes a box full of bolts is treasure when you're working on an old car. And this would be one of those times. I may not have the bolts. I may have the parts, but not the bolts in this box. This would be sad, but sometimes probably what he did was put all the bolts in a different box. That's okay. I can get by with what I got, or I might can find what I need over in the other garage. Let's go down and look. I did spill out a bunch of nuts and bolts the other day when Waylon Wire was here. We were looking for something, but I might have about what I need. Actually, probably where those little mount things have a big ball that goes over a thing on them. I might not need but one bolt on each one. remember having a box of Chevy bolts in particular up in Maine, and I probably gave them to Rusty. So, so all is not lost. I can go up and use what I got to stick these little things on there, and then I'll have time to find me some more before I put that manifold on. Oh, the joy. These two things right here are so much fun. I am so happy that God let me be fortunate enough to get to own them. Ram. I'll go up and put this on that back of that, and then I can go ahead and work on my little mount thing that I'm going to want to make on it. See, I've got plenty of washers here. I do have some of these little exhaust manifold bolts that are probably about the right length for that. I might could use them because I've got more in this kit over here. They take a little bit different head, but I've got a socket head that works on them. That would be good. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Take this one out. I'm gonna put these manifold bolts back over here in the box. I've got one more of these here. Oh, yeah. Right there's a thing of beauty. Yeah, it is. Now what I can do is put me something up underneath here. That will hold that in place. Yeah. I might want to go down in my pile and see what I've got that I can put under that. See, I could take something like, well, take a biggish bolt like this, see, and put a bolt underneath it, and then I could adjust this up and down. If I put something underneath here, out from here, like weld a little bar out that could sit on. Then I could adjust the height of that to get it exactly where I want it. Not that it has to be exact, but it's always kind of fun to make it be that way. Just, you know, because what else am I going to do with my time? Old retired guy looking for things to get into. Oh, the joy. I think I'll go back in the metal pile and see what I can salvage up. What I might do is go in and get cleaned up, call it a night. I think Bill might be coming by, and I think he might have his daughter with him. He said something about he was out with her a while ago, and told him to stop by, and he said he would, so maybe I ought to knock off, get cleaned up, but I can come back to this tomorrow, and I can, there's a couple ways I could go. I could just weld a piece here, or I could put a couple of bolts through this and bolt it on there. That way if I ever wanted to take it off, it'd be pretty easy to take off. Welding it would be quicker. I've also got a box full of rubber bushings, I think, right up there. It might be good for the back of that to sit on. I was looking through stuff the other day and I ran across this that Jerry gave me. Oh, yeah. See, I got a whole box of real nice rubber bushings here that could be used on the back of that motor. We've got a couple of these. These are part of front end parts for some car or another. I bet I could find all kind of neat stuff in there though that I could use with this. Oh, whoa, the joy. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to knock off and come back at this tomorrow with my long pants on, do some cutting and welding, and fashion up a little mount on here. Yeah. I think that's going to be the plan, Stan. Okay. Alright, I'll talk to y'all some more in the morning. Let's see where we go from there.